sitting up top, the kings of the mountain. But we're going to introduce these two teams for the losers bracket right now. Zach, take it away.
Hello, G5. It's time now for the Splatoon 2 Losers Finals.
Look at the amount of people behind.
These two
the seats
teams
right
are
now.
our first and
watching.
second seeds going into the tournament, but only one can make it to that grand final stage. First up, it's going to be SetToDestroyX.
SetToDestroyX. Again, first seed of the tournament. They're in losers.
They are in losers, but there's still some smiles all around here. They've come for business. Give her some spirit fingers in the air. Let's see if they can bounce back.
And their challengers coming all the way from Europe. Please welcome back Team Olive.
And again, Team Olive, they're the second seed of the tournament, also found themselves in losers.
It's worth noting the last two times these teams played, STDX won.
STDX won both matches.
Will the third time be the charm in what is going to be the most important clash these two have had here? The chance to take another shot at Legacy and win Genesis 5.
Right, absolutely. It's completely up to the individual players right now to make good decisions. They know how the opposing teams played. They've played them, I believe, 2 times already this tournament. And it's just up to them to make those adjustments that they need. Like Team Olive needs to figure out how to deal with just the sheer force of SetToDestroyX.
I think the best thing that SetToDestroyX does is their ability to hold positions. You know how a lot of players will retreat all the way back, put as much distance as they can between them and their opponents. SetToDestroyX goes only as far back as they need to. Yep. They hold it down, they call out where it is, and that allows their intense slayers, both Pengit and Power, to make something happen. You know their call-outs are clean. Any team with both Pengit and Hexen is very clean. They're going to move around and do what they need to do.
It's that positioning game. They're always in the right place at the right time.
Absolutely, but we say the same thing about Team Olive.
Just about to say, Team Olive, you could say the exact same thing. It's completely about positioning. These players, on both sides, they both have phenomenal positioning. It's always about being in the right place at the right time, and they both do it perfectly.
Absolutely. I think the X factor in this set, it really is going to be Hexen. Hexen, more than any of these players, switches around, flips around between weapons. He is what makes the difference in terms of the comps. Will his picks be right? Will he be able to flex as he needs to? Will he stick with roller? Will he go around? That is what I am looking to see the most. You know that he's capable of amazing things. All of these players are capable of taking over a game by themselves. This is the most star power that Western Splatoon has to offer.
Absolutely. And see, Splat Zone's on the Reef. We already know that both of these teams like to play pretty similar weapons, pretty similar team comp every single game.
Yep.
Like Olive doesn't really change much. They might swap off an N-Zap and a Tri-Slosher. SetToDestroyX, they might, swap around some N-Zaps and some blasters. Hexen kind of plays whatever he wants. But on Splat Zones on the Reef specifically, what do you think Hexen's going to go?
I like the way he played roller here. This is going to be a very intense match in terms of slaying. Get your rubber duckies because it's going to be a bloodbath. We have seen how many people will die in the center, that giant zone there in the middle. If you fall down on it as it's getting taken, you are stationary. You are not moving. You are sitting right down there for any bombs that come in.
Yep.
Bubbles absolutely swallow that entire tunnel, can take the whole zone here. Let's take a look and see who gets control first and who opts to where they opt to set themselves up, because it's very easy to get back in on this map. You have a lot of avenues to attack.
So many ways. You have
so
encompass around like both full sides of the map to push back in. It's really difficult to base lock here, but if you have not so much of a good comp to get back in, you can be locked into your base really easily.
Absolutely.
You need to have maybe Inkstorm, Bubbles not so much, but Ballers, anything that you can use to get off of your platform is what you need to be able to push out of the base lock.
Absolutely. I'm glad that we have advanced to the point where people in the crowd will stand up because they realize they're on camera. Shout-outs to you. We have grown. We have grown. We have grown. And it's all thanks to the hard work that the people behind the scenes are doing, to the people who spend their money and their time on this game to come out, to Genesis 5 staff. We are getting into Losers Finals. STDX and Olive, get hyped, everybody.
Once again, this is Splat Zones on the Reef. It's probably going to be coming down to what the weapons each team is going to be choosing, with some solid individual play on top of that. We see some very normal stuff from Team Olive, and SetToDestroyX actually going with the Forge? Hexen on the Forge? I don't know if I've seen that yet.
Well, he's certainly capable of doing it, especially if you're going to go for that bubble farming. If that is your role, that is what you do. Watch out, Giver there already on the top of the screen. Dude spots him out here. Sendo going on the bottom of the screen. Both of them send their best Slayers over on the side to get it. Penga comes back behind, but does not get the kill. Doesn't get anybody. That was a deep dive with not a lot to show for it. Now Sendo's going to be able to push the back here.
Olive, this is a good start for them right now. They do not want any of SetToDestroyX to find any openings on them. They're playing very good right now.
And that armor that they popped did almost nothing. You saw somebody jumping away with it. Now you see, though, they do have the bubbles. They have it in their armor up, and they have a bomb rush. They're going to be able to find a way back in. How are they going to do it? Here it comes.
All 4 specials just popped by SetToDestroyX. They're going to be using all 4 of them to try and get the zone. They do find the zone. Still 4 players up on the side of Team Olive right now. And SetToDestroyX did drop a player to get here. Now down 2 players, 3 players now. Penga, the last one remaining. I don't even know where he is. But no, Olive doing such a fantastic job holding Splat Zones on the reef right now.
Say, you know what worries me? That was 4 specials, and they held it for a second. They got it. I mean, 11 points is almost nothing here, and it got taken back very cleanly. Olive is looking very strong right now. Now Sendo going to be able to push up here and play some defense, pushing power back here, but got a little too overzealous. I think it was waiting up there. So close. That kill needs to happen because it's already gone. The penalty's gone.
SetToDestroyX is finding an opportunity to push in here. They are going to get that zone. The bubbles are up on the platform, and Team Olive is struggling to stay alive here. SetToDestroyX is going to find these picks left and right, and that's 3 players down now for Olive. SetToDestroyX got it. They have to make something happen here, but they are getting taken out by the Stingray from Nike. Finds 2.
Oh my goodness, I was about to say let's see how well they can lock out, but with 2 going down to something that wasn't even in the field of play, I guess that is what happened. Power, though, doing a great job holding it down. Taking out Dude is a big, big responsibility. Doing it well right there, but Nike set up on bridge. They know that a couple are over there. Oh boy, they got to be careful. What great movement by Penga to put some pressure on here, but the pressure just
the armor.
too much.
The armor didn't save him. It was so close to being up in time, just frames away from saving his life there, but it didn't make it. Soren's just going to be sharking up on the platform here. He's got to do something about the map control. He cannot just let SetToDestroyX farm their tree like this.
Absolutely not. And some more pressure coming up here. Look at this aggressive pressure that's coming in. This is a much more aggressive defense than we saw from the other side. Look, the battle is on their plat. They can't even get back in. Nike's the only one. This time, the Stingray not going to find anything. And just like that, STDX in the lead.
Lead no longer in the question for SetToDestroyX. They do have that map control. Look how much purple there is. We see 3 members of Olive pushing left. Dude going to be coming on the right. They have that armor up. Dude, it's up to Dude right now if he can find that flank push, but no, he's being watched by Power, and Power did actually drop, so Dude found the pick there. Dude is still alive. He's going to be the last one left. The bubble's on the zone. Dude not able to find the solo cap as he goes down. That's another full wipe, and SetToDestroyX are looking for the knockout.
Absolutely, and I think this one's going to trickle in right now. Sendo, the last one who could have done anything realistically to that zone. And this happened at the end of Game 5 last time, too. Once SetToDestroyX got in control, they did a much better job of holding onto it right there. It's difficult to base lock somebody, but they got the 3 kills. And, dude, I don't care how big your bubbles are, you can't do it by yourself.
Right, and he was actually very close to doing it by himself, but no, SetToDestroyX was able to find those kills early and quick and call out that Dude was on zone, and then they were all immediately there to paint it before those bubbles could capture it. So good communication, good reaction, good play from SetToDestroyX.
Absolutely. Losers finals, we're going to move on to tower control on Walleye Warehouse. Oh man, it doesn't move as quick as it did in Splatoon 1, but things can really get away from you if there's too much penetration.
In Splatoon 1, a lot of people considered Walleye Warehouse to be like the fair map, the final destination. Walleye Fair House. In Splatoon, I'm not the one that came up with that, okay? You can't do this to me.
You didn't, yeah, okay.
In Splatoon 2, a lot of people view this map kind of differently. It's extremely easy to hold a base lock on this map. You have Stingrays, you have Ink Storms, you have Bubbles. Even Ballers here are so good at holding map control, holding spawns, and just making it so difficult for the opposing team to get back in once they've been locked out. And if any team's going to be able to do it, it's SetToDestroyX.
Absolutely here. Olive, I believe, oh man, I wish I'd written it down. I think Olive won on a tower control in the first set that they played. So I think that, but the last time they played, Olive did show that they could compete on this. They've shown that they know what to do. It was actually the Splat Zones that got away. We talked about what STDX can do on Splat Zones. They showed it right there. So we'll see here. I don't expect any changes whatsoever coming out of Olive. Their comp works just fine for this. Olive hanging on to that Stingray. The bubbles are going to be coming up. The pressure going to be coming in from both Sendo and Soren. Though I will say, I would like to see
just like to point out, either the map list here is wrong, or we do have the wrong map picked. One of the two. In the lobby going up right now, we do have tower control on Walleye Warehouse. Carter is going to be fixing that. He says, my bad. It's okay, Carter. You're doing a good job.
Carter the God. Can we get a round of applause for Carter?
He says no, but do it anyways.
Great stuff. A lot of work being put here behind the scenes. Oftentimes a very thankless job, so I want to make sure some thanks get shown to the man behind the curtain, making this all happen. Great stuff for him. Now Czar asking for it. Come on, if Czar asks for a round of applause, you better give it to him.
Can we get a round of applause for Czar, by the way, the cameraman? Phenomenal work, always capturing the right moments. Good stuff from EGTV.
The best in the biz at doing it. Pat in the back there. Czar fires the finger guns, gives that classic smolder that only he is capable of doing. Meanwhile, back at the match.
Team SetToDestroyX, Team Olive. Again, they faced off twice so far this tournament. And this is the third one. SetToDestroyX was able to take both of those matches before. And it's up to Team Olive to reverse that if they want to. They're down a game, but they have what it takes.
I will say, I want to see, I really want to see either Dude or Nike do a little bit more, I guess move up just a little bit more. They're so great at holding position, but I feel like Sendo and Soren aren't enough to get it done right now. They're going forward and they're dying, and it's not a bad thing that they're going forward because someone has to go forward. You have to make a push, but they need just a touch more support to make it happen.
Right, so Hexen did pull out that umbrella, and I like what you said about that, about going forward, because it seems like Olive doesn't really move forward. They let the enemies come to them, and normally that's good, but when you're going up against SetToDestroyX, who is looking for those engagements, it might not be the best way to play. 3 members already down on Olive and SetToDestroyX. They don't know where Dude is, but they don't really care. They're going to try and find that tower push.
Right, they got maybe just a little bit too tunnel vision. You saw Soren went down almost immediately. Sendo soon followed, and they tried to follow around and get that kill.
Kibber already up on the high ground here, looking to push the elbow. Getting zoned out by bombs, but the tower's still moving. Kibber up here is a problem for them. They know they cannot just ignore Kibber. They know they have to keep dealing with him, and that's letting that tower get so much extra ground right now.
Absolutely. Finally, the saving grace that is Nike's Stingray comes in. That's going to be 2 down, hunting down for that third one. I think barely managed to escape. You see Power there as well, trying to camp tower and just hold on to as much mid as he can. Ping it over there. Hexen jumping over to ping it.
Hex is going all the way behind them right now.
Yeah, a flank is going to be coming in here very soon. And Hexen, was that the Brella that got the kill?
That was the Brella. That was the Brella into the Brella combo. That didn't make sense, but you get me.
Absolutely. Dude now backed in a corner. Even if he doesn't die, he's not going to be very effectual down there. He did manage to take out Kibber and then jumps out for good measure, but the pressure is still on. They have not stepped foot in mid since the start of this match.
They don't even have a single point on the board. We talked earlier about how tower control was one of the matches that Team Olive was able to come out with the W on, but right now it's not looking like that's going to be the case. The tower is almost through that checkpoint, able to get some more points on the board for SetToDestroyX. Olive is going to be able to push it back, but no, they're still pushing to the side here.
Absolutely, and Hexen you saw already push up to that top left side. They finally do get Hexen down, but Hexen is going to be a thorn in their side as long as he is allowed to exist in those closed areas. That Brella is still so good at shutting it down. Nike needs to get out yesterday and does not do so.
Still 2 players left for Team Olive, but they both have their specials. The splashdown does go down, and okay, so the blaster is still going to get taken out. And while they do have that bomb rush up, I don't know if that's going to be what SetToDestroyX needs to keep this push going. But no, it's actually happening. Penkit able to push up with that blaster. They're still finding points on the board. I don't even know how this is happening. Team Olive finally has that Stingray to keep them off the tower. And okay, that's 2 players down. 3 players down now. It's just the Brella left, able to be cleaned up most likely any second now.
I don't think they know the Brella's there. Hexen's going to come back around.
You're right.
And Soren is, well,
Hexen! Okay. All right, so he got called out.
Crisis averted,
very fantastic job from Team Olive reacting to that threat and dealing with it very, very quickly.
Man, Hexen played the patient game right there. Was not rewarded, but now you see Dude has already pushed up. Oh, here comes the bubble lower. Top of your screen. Dude is trying to make something happen there up on the top. Gets taken out very quickly. Hexen crashed in on that. Those bubbles didn't get in a great position. Now Nike's going to try to pick somebody out. Only one down, but it is Pengit. There goes Kibber. Now you're going to see 2 here on the top right, though, and I don't know that they're going to be able to push this too much further here. Someone was behind them. Who did that? Sendo!
Okay, so the court push is here. Team Olive is looking for the lead. Nike's on tower, Sendo in front. Soren doing what they can to keep that map control. This could be the lead taken for Team Olive. Not if Hexen can do something about it. Found one, looking to make it 2. Can he find this kill onto Soren? He does find it as a teammate with the assist there. Team Olive just barely not getting the lead at 35 points.
So close. They did make it to the checkpoint there. So they finally found something. They made it go. I mean, that had to be an incredible individual play there by Sendo, and you can't count on those happening. Those great individual plays are always nice, but you can't count on them continually happening. Here it comes again, a bit earlier than it did last time, but this is how it's all started. 2 down, they're going to crash back in. They see Hexen.
3 players down.
Hexen running for his life. It's the last one up.
Sendo, okay, so he does fall to Hexen. That is, oh,
Yeah.
Hexen's getting into it. He's happy about that one. So there is a bubble blower up from Team Olive. They're going to find that nice cleanup on Hexen, who was called out on that left side for Squidbag, and they did not like that one happening.
Absolutely not, but that's a horrible matchup. Blaster versus Rella in that confined space.
How does Nike still have ink? Double missed it, sloshing the machine, still able to get those hits off, but they do finally go down. Panga is going to be taken out by Soren here with that NZAP, who's looking for the pick on Kiver, but no, it's a trade, so fantastic job from Soren there.
Yeah, last one up is going to be Nike. Nike's got to be careful not to dive in too quickly. Instead, opts to sit back there. Just 30 seconds left on the clock. It's getting very dangerous. Dude is going to try to go out right here, but it's going to be a 2v1 situation. Have to be very, very careful.
Completely backed into a corner right now. Not really much you can do there with the Forge Pro and no bubble blower. Nike looking for those Stingray picks. There's just 18 seconds left in the game. Team Olive needs to make a pretty big push here. Can they do it?
Just getting too spread out by themselves there. Dude going far left there, getting called out in that situation. Was really the catalyst that started all this. Dude going to go down as well to a well-placed bomb. They were going to go ahead and push on to Soren there. They're just going to sit on that tower, and that is going to be game 2, going to SetToDestroyX, who are hungry for that rematch against Legacy.
Right. So that last game, the last set that we saw between these two teams, it did go to game 5, if I'm correct.
Yes, it did.
That is true. Okay, so game 5 from SetToDestroyX and Olive, but SetToDestroyX right now, they don't want it to go to game 5. They're looking for that quick 3-0.
They're looking for that quick 3-0, and Olive really got stretched out and spread out that match. Dude might have had something there on the end, but two people immediately converged, called it out very, very quickly, and at that point it was just one trickle in, one trickle in. You saw Sendo get caught between a Rapid Blaster, a bomb, and Kibber was somewhere in the vicinity, I'm sure.
Yep.
And I mean, that's just how it goes. The good teams are the ones that are able to set up those situations for themselves. They don't happen by accident.
Exactly, and see, what I'd like to note about SetToDestroyX's play there is that that wasn't really so much of a special-oriented game. They didn't get all their specials and throw them all down at once to get this crazy push-off. That was just all the individual plays from the main weapons. They were able to find picks with their guns, not their specials, and it was just they were able to make Team Olive go 2 players, 3 players down to keep that push going, and they did pretty much the same thing on the defense to stop Olive right before they were about to take the lead.
It was very, very close there. We talk a lot about specials. Hey, main weapons are still a thing.
Yep.
No. Game 3, Rainmaker, Snapper Canal. This one can change in a hurry. You want to take this left because there you have a lot of options. You can take the incline, you can hop over there, you can hop over Gulch, you can go far left. There's a lot of options, but you have to be decisive.
Right, and it's all, I've said this early in the tournament, it's all about communication here. Normally in Rainmaker, there's kind of one obvious way that you'll take the Rainmaker, you don't even need to say it. In Snapper Canal, there's like 3 good ways to take it. You need to communicate to your team which one of those 3 ways you're going to be taking.
Absolutely. Pengit going to be going back to that blaster, not at all surprised to see that. Hexen going to be on ink armor duty right now. I like that decision. Just keep painting up here, control this map. It is a big map, and 3 members of Olive actually stacking up on that left side. That's bold. I'll say that, that's bold.
Okay, so dude, trying to stay alive in the midst of a lot of pressure from Power right now. He does go down to Power. Kibber's kind of over here trying to help Wit with the Rainmaker, but no, Soren looking for those kills. Sendo comes from behind, finds the kill onto Kibber as well as Pengit, and that's a very, very halted push.
And the reason I was saying that was a gamble is because of that right there. I didn't know if they were going to be able to pivot back around in time if the push did go that way, but Sendo got there just in time. Sendo over here, Sharky now going to try to crash him, but watch Power at the top of your screen here. He's going to have a great vantage point to shut this down before it gets started. He's going to pivot back off of Snipe. Here comes the Stingray firing over, trying to pick off Hexen and Kibber. How is he so accurate with this weapon? He didn't get the kill there, but
Pengit does fall down there. It looks like he did get a trade out of it, and the bubble blower is going up. Hexen's kind of in the midst of all these bubbles right now. If they pop, he could be in some trouble. The Rainmaker is still in the hands of Team Olive. There can't be much. Okay, there's 30 seconds left on the timer, and they've been trying for this push for so long, but it looks like it's just not happening.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a difficult way to push it. We talked about how decisive you have to be. That time, Nike going to come in there. They do lose the Rainmaker finally, and Nike's got to back up because Hexen exists.
Yep. So Hexen going to be pushing in here. Does find Sendo with a nice direct onto Hexen. He's going to get cleaned up, though, by Kibber. And Kibber now fighting Dude. Dude with that superior range is going to be able to take out Kibber, no problem at all. Team Olive still holding this push on the side. Are they going to let that Rainmaker reset? It looks like they will. The bubble blower is up. They're probably going to be going for that quick pop here into the bubble blower push.
Absolutely. I think you called that out right there. Dude going to do just that. Out it comes here. and gets popped very, very early because the Rainmaker shield. Dude's going to run. They do take the lead here. They're going to run it up just a little bit. 50's not a lot, though. It needs to be said, and that is a full wipe. They paid very dearly for what honestly isn't that big of a push. This one might get all the way down to the same way on the other side before they can respawn, and it does.
Wow, that is okay. So that's the lead. It's 48 points. It's not really what you're looking for, but it is a lead, and now the pressure's on Team Olive to make that push and get back into the other side.
This is very dangerous. Oh, how did Kiver get behind them? Kiver, don't you do this. Don't you do this.
Kiver, stop doing Kiver things. How is he alive? This is ridiculous. Okay, so he does die to the Rainmaker pop. Kiver doing such a good job stalling Team Olive there and letting his teammates respawn in position.
Absolutely. Two going to be coming up to the top of your screen right there, both Hexen and Panget, the dynamic duo. And that was actually a really important direct there.
Hexen
got onto Sendo. Hexen not going to be able to get away, but it's a 2-on-2 situation. Power's going to be trying to push them back. You see now Soren's going to opt to go over here onto the left where the rest of the teammates can come and help maybe make this push.
Right, so Soren was a little bit ahead there, but as his teammates come in, he is able to push up. Panget does go down. 2 players down now on SetToDestroyX. 3 players down. Hexen does fall. Kiver's the last one. They're going to be trying to find this lead here. So Kiver does go down. This is going to be the lead. So they are moving up. They're trying to go even further, hopefully to get the knockout down to 8 points. That is fantastic.
This is to go even further beyond. They don't pay nearly as dearly here due to Nike. They're going to get the chance to run back if they so choose. They won't be losing nearly as much mid. Nike's going to stay up there maybe a little bit longer than welcome, but Dude is going to punish Panget for that as well. That is about as good of a push as you can get without knocking it out.
Absolutely, and so they got up to 8 points. They don't have the Rainmaker, but that Bubble Blower is already up for the defense, which means as long as Dude's in position, which he's moving to right now, if you throw up those bubbles, it's going to be really difficult for SetToDestroyX to push through that.
Absolutely, here come those bubbles. Kiver going to get annihilated by about 3 of them, but Dude going to go back the other way as well. We are switching everywhere over here, and the last one up is going to be Hexen, who is just running back as far as he can, and sorry, Sendo was waiting.
So the Rainmaker, they dropped the Rainmaker on their side of the map while they were down players, which means Team Olive was able to get that pop, and they're actually in a pretty good spot to hold this right now. Even if they lose some players here and there, they can still back up and defend from relative safety.
Absolutely they can. You already see that Stingray is back up for Nike. He's probably going to hold on to that as long as he can. The Ink Armor also up, and the Splashdown. All the cards on the table right now for Team Olive.
Ink Armor goes up, so Team Olive is looking to yep, there it is. They're trying to find those picks. Sendo does find one. He's going to be chasing the second. They need to make something happen here. There's 30 seconds left. The ball's in SetToDestroyX's court as Panget does find the pick.
A lot of maps still here. It was okay for them to send Sendo up on that solo mission because they knew they still had 3 and they still had control of the map. You see a lot on the top of the screen. This push is going to come right down street if it does come. Power going up. I don't think Dude knows that it's there. Panget over there by himself. They're so focused on Panget. They aren't paying any attention to the Rainmaker. Where is Team Olive? I don't know if they're up there on mid. You see Soren coming back. Sendo, Nike. They pivoted back just in time. Kiver's got to come up huge. Kiver doesn't get anybody. Kiver gets taken out very quickly.
They get 1 push and it has to count. They have to make 1 decision. They need to decide where to go. There is a Stingray up from Nike. If that Stingray goes up, it could mean trouble for Power. They have a long way to go still, not even on the board yet, and they got to make it all the way to 7 points as they're now 2 players down. This is not looking good for SetToDestroyX.
Nope, and there it comes, that dangerous Stingray by Nike, aimed right there, the thing you can always see. Power's going to run it as hard as he can, and he's still alive somehow. That goes through walls,
2 players down.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, but Sendo, this could be bad, and Sendo's going to find the kill on the Power to take game 3.
Dives right in there, makes it happen. They are still alive and kicking. Nike held on to that as long as he possibly could. Oh my gosh, look at this right now. Look at the crowd that is gathered over here. There is a giant face in the crowd there. I don't know that it's any member of the Splatoon community, but people are excited. They are watching this right now. These are 2 of the finest teams we have to show.
Hey, if this is your first time seeing competitive Splatoon, give me an applause here. No? Wow. Okay, so we got some veterans here.
All right. Excellent stuff here, though. Got some veterans. I mean, a lot of people have probably played this, familiar with the series as it goes. But for Team Olive, with their backs against the wall, they got what they needed to right there. A very strong push, not faltering on defense, not letting too many cracks slip. That was a much more Olive-based game. They overloaded the side on that push when they did it. They knew that Kiver was the last one up there, and they just kept throwing blasts and bombs and everything at Kiver, saying, even you die. You are not Ultra Instinct. You will go down eventually.
Absolutely, and like Kiver was in the perfect spot to stop that push.
Yes, he was.
He saw where they were going. He knew he had to be up there on the top, and he tried, but no Olive got the jump on him, and they knew that Kiver was going to be a thorn on their side. They did not let that happen. They took him out nice and clean with the machine and the blaster, and they kept that push going to get to 8 points and take the game.
Absolutely. Clam Blitz on Inkblot Art Academy. This is For all I don't like Inkblot, I do like it for zones. I really, really like it on Clam Blitz because things change so quickly and things can get ugly in such a hurry if you're not careful here. There is that bump that you can go up so you have instant access to their plat, and you can pretty much throw clams in from there. And of course, there is still that tarp on the left side that you can crash in and you can get flanked around if you're not careful.
And the thing about Clam Blitz, especially on, Inkblot Art Academy, especially on Clam Blitz, is that a lot of Inkblot Art Academy is about holding the opposing team's platform and then shooting up to make it so that they cannot make it back to the platform. Clam Blitz is totally different because on Clam Blitz, all you got to do is push to the platform, and that's where the objective is. So you don't really need to do a lot of pushing any farther than that.
And you will lose points so quickly here. It doesn't take a lot of time to get back to one of those 4. You see right there, 4 clam batches there on the bottom of the tarp. If you have 2 people there, you can just keep tossing clams in. Keep that timer extended. If you're not familiar with Clam Blitz, every time you put a clam in, that timer gets a little bit bigger, and the basket stays down just a little longer.
So we do have relatively the same composition coming up from both sides. Hexen is using that forged Splattertrap Pro as we saw in game 1, which didn't quite work out for them in the early game at least. They did pull it back at the end, so we're going to see if Hexen is able to show up with that weapon right now.
Yeah, Bubbles devastating on this mode. Dude going to get called out and crashed in upon.
Hengit, whoa, that could have been another kill on a Soren. That did find one. 2 players now down on Olive as SetToDestroyX has some momentum. 3 players now down. Soren's the last one. They're going to be pushing up here. They don't have a power clamp quite yet. They need to build one as quickly as they can if they want to get some points here.
They're tossing it over there. They do have the power clamp. They're going to run it right up and get some change. Okay.
2v2 situation.
Only 1 clam. Nike trying to shut this one down and put it to bed here. And no, just not enough.
It's still
going. Just
still
a
going.
little bit. Just these
amazing.
tiny clams, these points add up too. That's the scary thing about it. It's finally going to go back the other way, but Penguin is still in their zone, still running around, and was actually able to take one out there.
And I gotta say, when you're pushing a Rapid Blaster and you can't find a kill and you need to back up, that is scary. You do not want to be running away out of range and into optimal range from a Rapid Blaster. SetToDestroyX doing such a phenomenal job keeping this push going. The goal closed, but they were able to open it again, and they only have 2 players here, but they're still getting these points in. Kiver's just completely loading up the goal with plans here. He's gonna drop it. That's totally fine. They are so happy with that push.
Absolutely. Another big push here at the start of Clam Blitz. We've seen this so much here, and a lot of times it'll go back the other way too. It's only going to take 1 solid push like that, and you know that Olive is capable of putting that same pressure on here, but I don't think STDX is going to come off their plat until given a very good reason to.
Absolutely. They've got such a comfy lead right now.
No.
Whoa. Sendo coming in from behind. He does find the pick onto Penguin. Dude in the middle. They do have that goal open, and Dude has the bubbles up. That's going to give them some protection, but no, the bubbles are bouncing back in the mid. They only have 1 bubble now. Dude's going to be throwing as many in as he can. It's not going to be the lead just yet. They're still there, though. They just need 1 more clam in if they want to take that lead, and Sendo is going to find it. And another power clam, too. They do drop all 4 players, but that's fine. We thought that SetToDestroyX was comfy with that lead, but Team Olive said no way.
And the thing about that plat is, a lot of teams don't come down there until given a reason to, but it's so open that you can come in and crash. Look, it's already coming the other way. Power's here. The bomb rush is here. Sendo's up there, but in a very dangerous position. Sendo now has to come back down to try to push Power back.
The spacing from Power there was perfect. He knew what weapon was pushing him. He got back into perfect range around the choke point, and Sendo knew that he could not keep pushing that.
Here come the bubbles again. They're trying to fire as best they can, throwing it up there and going back.
That's 2 players down.
The other way. They have enough clans. They should be able to take the lead back right here. But now comes the Stingray. They both go down.
Whoa!
He got both of the clam holders with
They need 1 more clam. They don't have one on the platform, though, and they are going to drop just 1 point away. That's all they need. Kiver's going to find it. They retake the lead.
Unreal stuff. The crowd is going wild, and so are we. I don't know where Kiver found that clam, maybe holding it in his back pocket that entire time. It was at 0, but now it's going to take another power clam to bring this down, and then some from Olive.
41 point penalties. To put that into perspective, that is probably going to be at least 2 power clams and some change.
Sendo already coming back in now, but Power in a great position to shut this one down here.
And they made that push, but they don't have a power clam to open the goal with. They do have one now, but they already lost some players. They throw it up. It's not going to be quite there. Dude's the last one. He's going to have to back up and save that bubble blower.
And you see that Kiver coming up at the top of your screen there. Already has one as well.
Look at this. Dude's out of position right now. Kiver's trying to go for that flank. He is going to open the goal to extend their lead just a little bit.
Can they stop it here? They've been nickeled and dimed all the way down here. Death by 1,000 cuts. They've got to find a way to get back through, but Pengit gonna say, no, I have a blaster and you will feel its pain. You see Nike up there at the top. Didn't recognize that there was a pivoting happening. So Pengit, oh my gosh, they have 2 balls here. This is scary. This is very scary, and that is exactly why people die left and right.
2 players down again for Team Olive, but they are finding some kills still. Power's going out there trying to go for that knockout. They just need 1 more clam. Power doesn't have it, and no, they're going to get full white. Just 1 clam away from a knockout. It's not going to be enough, but Team Olive now has their work cut out for them if they want to take this to a Game 5.
1 clam away. Will this come back to bite them? Pengit in a very strong position here against Soren. Going to get that easy kill right there. A lot of pressure coming in the mid here. Nike going to try to find someone, but has to be careful because Pengit is pushing up here. There's not enough presence in the middle to help out.
Pengit in such a good spot right now. To sharp below the platform, he does find the kill onto the sloshing machine. The blaster also going down. It's 3v4, 3v2, 3v1 right now for SetToDestroyX. 15 seconds left in the game. If they open that gold, there's going to be no chance of overtime for Team Olive.
They come in right here. I don't know that they have the power claim. They have 13, so they should be close to it. Giver gets it, puts it in right there. That's going to be it. And STDX,
that was a knockout.
Pengit jumps up. I don't think I've ever seen him jump up, and as usual, the entourage going to come up and give the hug that we see so often from SetToDestroyX. A lot of friends here. Olive going home in 3rd place. Not what they wanted here. They got so close to making it happen there. But Giver, as he so often does, being the catalyst there. Hexen only with 8 KA, but he knew his job, and he did his job very well. But STDX can't celebrate just yet.
Absolutely amazing play from SetToDestroyX. Again, showing us one more time why they're the #1 seed. They went up against Legacy before, and they did lose, and now they got another shot in the grand finals of Genesis 5.
And if you're Olive, that's got to sting. You lost to 1 team at this tournament, and it just so happened to be the same team twice. But hey, them's the breaks. And all right, Legacy, ball's in your court.
Yep, and wow, this is going to be an interesting grand finals. Again, SetToDestroyX. This team is so good at making adjustments on the fly that they need if they're down a set. They are so good at finding what they need to change to come back up on top.
Right.
And they lost an entire set to Legacy, and maybe now they know what they need to win.